Welcome to the whispering valley of Starwoven dreams. In a corner of the world untouched by time, nestled between mountains that kissed the clouds and rivers that sang lullabies, there lay a hidden valley known as Starwoven. Its name came from the peculiar way the night sky seemed to drape itself over the valley, stars twinkling so close to the earth that villagers swore they could pluck them from the air like fireflies. This was no ordinary place. It was a land where dreams were born, woven from the threads of starlight and carried on the breath of the wind. Long ago, in the heart of Starwoven, lived a young woman named Elara. Elara was no stranger to the valley's magic, for she was a dream weaver, one of the rare few chosen by the stars to craft dreams for the world. Every night, as the moon rose, Elara would climb the spiraling path to the crest of whispers, a cliff where the wind spoke in soft murmurs and the stars seemed to lean down to listen. There she would sit with her silver loom, a gift from the celestial beings who guarded the valley, and weave dreams from the light of the stars. Each dream was unique. Some were gentle, filled with meadows of swaying lavender and the laughter of children chasing butterflies. Others were bold, with heroes sailing across stormy seas, or dragons soaring through skies of molten gold. Elara's dreams were sent out into the world, carried on the wind to those who needed them most. People whose hearts were heavy, whose minds were restless, or whose souls craved a spark of wonder. But one autumn evening, as the leaves turned the color of burnt amber and the air grew crisp, something changed. The stars above Starwoven dimmed, their light flickering like a candle caught in a breeze. The wind, usually so full of song, fell silent. Elara, sitting at her loom, noticed that the threads of starlight she tried to weave were brittle, snapping before she could shape them into dreams. Night after night, the valley grew quieter, and the dreams Elara sent into the world grew faint, barely reaching those who needed them. The villagers began to notice. "I haven't dreamed in weeks," said old Tobin, the baker, his eyes heavy with sleeplessness. "I have no dreams," whispered Leela, the seamstress, her hands trembling as she stitched. Elara's heart ached. She knew the valley's magic was fading, and with it, the world's ability to dream. Determined to restore the valley's light, Elara sought the wisdom of the Oracle of the Grove, an ancient tree whose roots stretched deep into the earth and whose branches cradled the secrets of the stars. The journey to the grove was no simple task. It lay beyond the Whispering Falls, through the Labyrinth of Mist, where shadows played tricks and paths shifted underfoot. Elara packed a small satchel with bread, a flask of water, and the vial of starlight she'd saved from brighter nights. She draped her cloak, woven from the softest moonlight, over her shoulders and set out as dawn painted the sky in hues of rose and gold. The path to the Whispering Falls was lined with flowers that glowed faintly, their petals humming with a melody only the heart could hear. Elara walked for hours, her footsteps soft against the mossy ground, until she reached the falls. The water shimmered like liquid crystal, cascading down cliffs that sparkled with flecks of quartz. She closed her eyes, letting the mist kiss her face, and whispered a prayer to the valley's guardians for safe passage. Beyond the falls lay the Labyrinth of Mist, a maze of swirling fog and twisting paths. The air was thick, and the ground seemed to sigh with every step. Elara held the vial of starlight aloft, its gentle glow cutting through the mist like a beacon. She walked carefully, listening to the faint hum of the valley's magic which guided her when her eyes could not. Hours passed, or perhaps days. Time moved strangely in the labyrinth, but Elara pressed on, her heart steady with purpose. At last she emerged into the Grove of the Oracle. The tree stood taller than any she had ever seen, its bark shimmering like silver, its leaves glowing with the soft green of new life. Elara knelt before the tree and spoke, her voice trembling but clear. "Great Oracle, the stars are fading, and the dreams are dying. Please tell me how to save Starwoven." The tree's branches rustled, though no wind stirred them. A voice, deep and ancient as the roots of the mountains, filled the grove. "The light of Starwoven fades because the heart of the valley sleeps. Long ago, when the world was young, the heart, a crystal born of the first star, gave life to this place. But it has grown weary, its light dimmed by the sorrows of those who no longer dream. To awaken it, you must journey to the Cavern of Echoes and sing the Song of Renewal." Elara's breath caught. The Cavern of Echoes was a place of legend, said to lie beneath the valley, where every sound was magnified 1,000-fold, and only the purest intentions could be heard. The Song of Renewal was even more mysterious. No one knew its words, only that it was born from the heart of one who believed in the power of dreams. "Where will I find the song?" Elara asked. The oracle's leaves shimmered. "The song is within you, Dreamweaver. It is the melody of your courage, your hope, and your love for those who dream. Trust it, and it will guide you." With the oracle's words echoing in her mind, Elara set out for the Cavern of Echoes. The entrance lay hidden beneath the roots of the oldest willow in the valley, its branches weeping softly as if mourning the fading stars. Elara parted the curtain of leaves and descended a spiraling staircase carved into the earth. The air grew cooler, and the walls glowed with faint veins of luminescent stone, casting patterns like constellations across her path. The Cavern of Echoes was vast, its ceiling lost in shadow, its walls alive with the hum of ancient magic. In the center stood the heart of the valley, a crystal the size of a boulder, its surface dull and gray. Elara approached, her heart pounding. She closed her eyes and searched within herself for the Song of Renewal. At first, there was silence. Then, faintly, she heard it, a melody woven from memories of starlit nights, the laughter of the villagers, and the quiet hope that had carried her this far. She began to sing. Her voice was soft at first, trembling like a leaf in the wind, but it grew stronger, filling the cavern with a warmth that seemed to chase the shadows away. The crystal pulsed, a faint glow sparking within its core. She sang of the valley's beauty, of the dreams she had woven, and of the people who needed them. She sang of the stars, of their light that had guided her, and of the promise that they would shine again. The cavern answered. Her voice echoed back, multiplied, harmonizing with itself until the air was alive with music.
The crystal glowed brighter, its colors shifting like the aurora, blues, purples, and golds dancing within. The ground trembled softly, and Elara felt the valley stir as if waking from a long slumber. The stars above, though hidden by the cavern's roof, seemed to sing with her, their light returning to the sky. When the song ended, Elara opened her eyes. The heart of the valley blazed with light, its colors shifting like the aurora, blues, purples, and golds dancing within. The air was warm, the silence gone, replaced by the gentle hum of the valley's magic. Elara smiled, tears glistening in her eyes, and made her way back to the surface. When she emerged, the valley was alive again.